the hell do you have on? So
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Connoisseur's Conversation. Welcome to the Dry Down. Welcome to the community, all my new subscribers. Glad to have you here as a part of the family and the community that we are building here on the Dry Down and as a part of the YouTube and Instagram social media communities, I should say. Today, your boy got a fragrance for you guys that I think is going to be the next viral vanilla. I really do. It's one that I have heard from a few prominent reviewers, a few prominent people who have great noses. When I went to go smell it in store, I could not help but to pull the trigger on this particular scent. It is one from a house that we are truly enthralled with in my household when it comes to the candle selection. And smelling this particular scent profile, I've had Brahm for a long time in the past. I've had not brought that onto the channel yet, but I will be Brahm onto the channel. This one here, this is 45 degrees. This is from the brand of Trudon, and this is going to be one of the best connoisseurs conversations that I've had. Not only for the take of what it is to have this as a scent profile in my collection, but also where it stands and straddles the line of unisex perfumery and where that actual trend is going. This one here, Trudon 45, is one that I always give up front. I'm going to give this around a 79, between 79 and 82 out of 100. Going through this conversation, I'm going to tell you why that is. That's not a low score. I'm going to tell you why that's not a low score, because throughout this conversation, you're going to see how it implements me as a man going into fragrance wear versus where it comes into universal appeal. So like I said, we're going to get right into this particular scent profile. Connoisseurs conversations are always about the actual composition, the actual sillage, the packaging, the projection, the whole thing when it comes to reviewing and letting you know what the standard is of a certain brand's fragrances on the line. How the continuity goes in the perfumes, how the continuity goes in the branding and the boxing and everything like that. We're going to get all through that. So if this sounds like the type of content that you think you'll enjoy, pull up a seat, pour a glass, and of course, let's enhance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dry Down, the lifestyle channel where we as enthusiasts aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through the understanding of different aromas, facets, and nuances of scent, cigars, and wines. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's wonderful, wonderful experience. We're going to get right into the craftsmanship and luxurious feel of Trudon's 45. When it comes to the composition, I'm going to give this composition somewhere between a 42 and a 44 points on my 40 out of 50, or my 50 out of 100 point scale when it comes to the totaling of the composition. The composition is always the one that weighs the most for me when I'm talking about a rating or a graph of a perfume. It should always weigh the most. Everything else has a secondary or even a tertiary point system to it, but the profile. I'll get right into the scent of this actual beautiful crimson red glass and gold plaque bottle. I'll spray a blotter. I have it on both wrists from a dry down of about an hour and a half, 2 hours today. As you can see, that is the atomizer. This one is through and through an ode to vanilla. An ode to vanilla. So what I get here on this particular scent profile, fellas, is one of the better scents that you're going to have when it comes to the perfumes of vanilla. I will give into a perspective as I get through the composition and tell you what I feel for it. But as I think of this one is a very audacious interpretation of vanilla. This is one of the best olfactive pyramids reading for vanilla that I've smelled. The top notes, very live, very beautiful top notes of a very gorgeous, and I say gorgeous really in a way that it is authentically smelling bergamot and honey. It's non-aromatic honey, just a little bit of a tinge from the honey that you smell in certain profiles, like I would say the profile. What is the most common profile of honey that I would say as many people have smelled? I would say something like Back to Black, where that honey is a sweet accord that is uplifting more than it is the actual aromatic mead of a scent profile, where it could come off slightly aromatic like a mead wine or something like that. It's not that. It's not honeycomb. It is exactly what you get from a bee's sweet honey. It then, in this scent, off that bergamot and honey opening, which is a lasting through and through perfume scent, it goes into the actual mid profile. And the mid profile, the heart notes, where you go into a more prominent vanilla absolute, which is, I think that vanilla absolute is a bourbon vanilla. And then you have Georgywood. And Georgywood in this one is a complementary wood that is, one of those things you'll see in certain profiles. It says woody notes, Now they're starting to put it what it actually is, which is Georgywood. That's the same wood that is inside Blue Talisman, so you can kind of get an essence of what that is in your head if you smell that fragrance, where it's fresh and uplifting. It has a nice tonality of a cedar slash even a melting pot of fresh, crisp, smooth woods, and that is in the heart of this particular scent profile, giving it just a little bit of backbone, not taking too much from the vanillic or honey tones of this one, but it does give something of a warm touch of wood. Freshness is in the mid from that as well, and then it's that toting the line of the unisex profile with that. You then go into the base. The base is where you start to see the luxurious feel of this composition done by Trudon. As I stated, Trudon is one of the best when it comes to candles in the world. I have been enthralled with them in my house smells, either through reed diffusers or candles, for a very long time. Ernesto is the very best candle I've ever smelled, and it stays in my home year round. It's a beautiful tobacco and leather scent profile. So this company I'm very familiar with, and I'm familiar with their perfumes that were introduced around 2018, 2019. This new line of red perfumes is one that is, it's still eau de parfum, but it has a extrait sensibility to it, the way it sits on skin and the way the oil sits on your body. As I talk about the composition, still smelling the blotter, I am enthralled with the way this vanilla smells. This totes the line of fragrances. If you are familiar with scent profiles from Dominique Ropion, which I love to give an exhibition to when talking about vanilla scents, because to me he has made some of the more perfect vanilla scents, from Baby Cat, Vanagloria, what else has Dominique Ropion made? Lalique's Parfum, Les Parfums. These are just three off the top of my head where he's come in and made vanilla perfume and exemplary DNA. This is one of those scent profiles that can stand up on that pedestal with a Dominique Ropion creation. If you are a person who loves scents, like being from the masculine standpoint, women, you're going to love this. This is from the masculine standpoint. I'm speaking to my fellas. If you are a man who loves vanilla scents but are shy and timid to wear those that are kind of on the broaching of, I would say, cupcakey, this is not that, but it is touching that in the opening with the honey and the mid vanilla. Once it gets to the base, it really goes into a resinous benzoin smoothness, kind of like the Grand Sar benzoin accord. So to me, I bought up a fragrance today that kind of will give me the reference point to give you gentlemen, if you are interested in this particular scent profile. There's a scent from Xerjoff called Starlight. This is a similar way and vibe that I would wear this scent. Now, this is more cardamom vanilla, so it's not the scent profile I'm trying to speak on as much as it is the wearing experience that I'm trying to put you into the mindset of. The wearing experience of both of these are kind of in a similar foothold. When you can wear it on that date night, you can wear it in a fun-loving moment, fun-loving atmosphere. You can even, what I do with this one a lot is layer it with different heavier woody fragrances that have a little bit of like an ebony wood in it. So layering these combinations make for a great scent profile. But if you are a man who is not shy or timid about wearing a fragrance like Starlight, you will not be shy or timid about wearing a fragrance like 45 from the House of Trudon. It is, in a nutshell, one of those fragrances that is that 55-45 split. This is 55 feminine, but if you're masculine, if you're a man, the women, they're going to love this on you. It's very, very gorgeous wearing, and actually, it's warm enough to wear as a standalone scent, but I can see more of us taking this scent profile and adding it to a different, either a different heavier vanilla or a different heavier scent profile that's woody resinous. All in all, what I get from this at the end of the day, it opens, like I said, with a soft brightness that is bergamot and honey that gives it a very uplifting scent profile. Then that honey accord gives way to an immediate warmth and sweetness that is in the mid. Now, this is not one of those scents that I hate. When I say hate, it's a strong word, but I do not like sweet, gourmand, cakey fragrances on my skin. It is one that I can say that throughout the months and years, I hope I impressed upon you that is not my scent profile. Nothing against you or what you wear in your opinion of your fragrances on yourself. You take pride in what you wear and wear it with authenticity. I can't wear those fragrances with authenticity because I don't feel right in wearing those with my personality type. This is a scent that I can honestly wear in my personality, in date nights, in fun-loving moments. It has a nice projection, nothing that really screams off the skin. I would say it's about 2 to 3 feet, but the sillage is great. The sillage is beautiful. It lasts on the skin. The scent profile, when I wouldn't pick this up, we got a sample vial. Gave the sample vial to my daughter. She wears the fragrance, and I can smell it on her after picking her up from school some days. It's on her skin. She does not take a decant to school. She'll spray it on about 7 a.m. and it's been on her skin at 3 p.m. when I pick her up from school. And so it's one of those fragrances that I can tell it has great amount of longevity because of that actual documentation. What you get in the composition then, the vanilla, it's a trio that takes over. It's smooth, it's creamy, and it's luxurious. And that's why I say this is an ode to luxurious vanilla. The depth of this one is the benzoin in the base, which adds that resinous depth that you are looking for when you want to appreciate a vanilla scent from the masculine side. And what I appreciate about this one at the end of the day is the craftsmanship. It's a refined craftsmanship and luxurious texture, rich type of fragrance. And so it's not something that is a simple vanilla fragrance that smells like just vanilla that you can get from, say, like Joe Malone, or you can get from like Lush or something like that. Even though those are great fragrance houses, they also have just immediate mass appeal fragrances. This has a little bit of a opulent feel to it, and that's one of the things I picked up from this and the way they put it together. And then this company being a strategic company in the luxury profile, you could tell where they added some of the better vanilla fragrance notes, like the CO2 vanilla. That's a very hard extract to come across, and they have an abundance on this one in the actual scent profile. To me, this one is unisex feminine, but can be well, enough preserved and well enough presence on a masculine man when worn with confidence. Like I said, throughout this conversation, if you're timid about these type of fragrances, you will not want to wear this one. It's one that has the allure and sex appeal of a gourmand, but still has that leaning of where you have the spice of a vanilla scent. And I think that wearing it in the way that I'm going to wear this, it comes off exactly how I want it to. So what it holds back for me in wearing this one is the theme of vanilla heavy fragrances, and while beautifully done, it doesn't stray from far of the many luxurious vanilla fragrances that have this blueprint. I can say that. And so for that reason, that's why I'm saying I place this at a 42 to 44, more likely a 42 out of 50, because high marks for quality, high marks for a luxurious and opulent feel, but slightly lower for the uniqueness, because there is only so much that you can do with vanilla when just adding 2 or 3 notes to it, right? So you only have the honey, the bergamot, and the Georgywood, a little bit of the benzoin, which is actually a honey-like / vanilla-like note. Is a little bit more resinous, but there's only so much of intrigue and mystery that you can add when adding those just few notes to vanilla. So at the end of the day, 42 out of 50 is a great way to perceive this fragrance, and I hope that you are able to get a scent memory or scent notation from what I have gathered as putting something similar to it in front of you as far as Starlight from Xerjoff. Next, let's get into the sillage and projection. I've already given you a hint to what it is, and that's a great score for this particular scent profile. So when it comes to this, it's precision made. It's strategically precision made. Off the nozzle, off the test strip, everything about this one. I've stayed in the composition, one that I'm loving, I'm enjoying. You have to have a nose and a readiness for it. What I was hoping to get from this, and I'll be honest with you, was something just a little more woody in the dry down of about 2 to 3 hours. But as far as the skin and projection and the performance of that, while not disappointed, I am just a little saddened. I'm not, because the scent profile is still phenomenal. It's just that I wanted a little more richness. So what I will probably do with this in my occasion is add this to some of my deeper, richer, woodier fragrance. Like I've already began to think about what I will put this with as far as like Sweetie Oud or Idol from Lubin. That's a combination that I think this will win in when I want it to be deeper and richer, when I just don't want that vanilla scent profile, while still being something I will wear in its own compositional performance and wears as a signature. On my skin, 45 degrees, what I've come to notice with this one is that the projection is soft, like I stated, but decidedly, and that's one thing that you want about this one as a man going forward with a fragrance like this. The honey and vanilla core of this one is something that is a creation of warmth and an aura-like scent that is something that will linger on your body for hours on end, but it is something that sits kind of close. So my daughter, of course, when you're talking about picking up someone, they're in the car, they're about 2 to 3 feet from you, and you can smell this scent around them as it lingers around in that bubble of about 2 to 3 feet, even at the 8-hour mark on skin. It leaves a pleasant trace in the cooler hours. So that's one thing you want to love about this one. It's something that when one's hugging your body, the fragrance smells elegant, it smells upscale, and it does still smell of a sweet concoction, which more and more is becoming an enveloping scent profile for us gentlemen anyway. So for that, I'm going to give this a very high score of 18 out of 20 because the pleasantry of this one, the overall evolution of vanilla, seems to be something that this is an excellent performance behind. And in that category, you can smell some of the better quality oils for this particular scent, and the way they come off in the air is phenomenal. That's why it's in my collection. I'm speaking on this from a standpoint of you guys knowing how I love craftsmanship, you guys knowing how I love stellar fragrances, and then seeing this one on the market, seeing that it might be one of the viral fragrances, went and picked it up and am enjoying it on that straddling of the line of a 50-50, 55-45 split fragrance, feminine, masculine. Very, very nice profile though. The way it comes off in the performance realm of 18 out of 20, that's because of the lingering effect of the hours on end that it's on your skin as an aura scent. Now, as far as sillage goes, that's one thing about this one, that you can pick up different notations of honey of the sillage more than you can of the benzoin. So it's one of those things, because in the hours, the first hour or so, it's the lingering effect of the opening notes. Once you get to the base notes, it's more of that resinous, sweet, seductive feel, holding hands, going to dinner, being out with your lover, and then having something to fall back on when they put their head on your chest. Great performing fragrance for that particular scent moment and scent memory. Great. Next, let's get into what it is to have the actual presentation of this particular scent. So when it comes to presentation, more high marks. Trudon, a luxury house. We don't see it as much as a perfume luxury house like many of the others that are in the market, so to speak, now. But it is one that has been in the market, and it is one that has been in the market with their candles. You've seen many people, possibly, if you are into this of home scents as well, you've seen their reed diffusers, you've seen their candles, you've also seen their bust. Like, we have a bust of Marie Antoinette that was purchased about 2 or 3 years ago. It's decoration, but it is a scented candle. Very beautifully done, very well crafted, scented luxury house and perfumes. The continuity, the entire brand rating for me, even on this one, and through the brand continuity, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It's one of those fragrances that just says luxury and opulence written all over it. I can't look at this and give this bottle, this crimson red bottle, nice snug cap. It is plastic, but it's hard plastic. Nice snug cap. You saw the atomizer. You see the gold plaque on it. It's well written. It is stamped in the front of the fragrance, Trudon, 45 degree. Now, that one thing I will say, 45 degrees, I cannot tell you if 45 degrees means temperature or if 45 degrees is angle. It does not say 45 degrees Fahrenheit. It does not say 45 degrees Celsius. So to me, I am thinking that the 45 degree may be the angle that they're trying to capture with this particular scent profile. And that can be the intriguing notion of this, where they're saying it's about, if masculine and feminine is 90 degrees, masculine straight up, feminine straight horizontal, 45 degree mark is the perfect split. That's where I think that they were trying to take this, and that's where I'm thinking and conjuring the notion of this being a perfect 45 degree or a perfect 50-50 split fragrance, man. That's just something for me to think about as an engineer. So as I say that, let me show you the box really quick. So on this one, you have to be careful because the boxes do not come cellophane wrapped. I suggest that when you purchase this before leaving store, that you have the SA open up the box for you and show you that the presentation is a full bottle and nothing has been tampered with and never used before. It comes on a pedestal. The box is a hard cardboard box. It is all cardboard, no felt or anything like that. It has a little bit of a cushion in it to have the profile of the bottle snug against it. So inside there is a little cushion to keep it, as you see it's flexing there. And then you have, like I said, the sleeve with all of the documentation that you need for a fragrance, telling you what it is as far as alcohol content and compliability, sit there on the back. It's 100 ml fragrance, 3.4 fluid ounces. Very nicely done box. The top of the box is actually a gold, and it shows the emblem of Trudon. Once you slide it out from the sleeve, you can see that is the gold there on the top painted. Kind of similar to Henri Jacques bottle boxes, which is a nice touch because that's a true upscale luxury fragrance house that is a lot of money. And so a box like this, representation, it's not magnetic like theirs, but it is truly like their box presentation. And like I said, the continuity between the bottles of their previous line of fragrances and this one, you have 3 in this trio that are beautiful. And I will say this, going off the beaten path of this conversation, What I see with this particular brand is fragrance notes and fragrance compounds that are used in very high luxury end fragrances. The other two, this one being the vanilla, the other two fragrances, I do have decants of those from my essay. The other two, one in particular smells like green sapphire from Bodicea Victorious, and the other one smells like oud sapphire from the Victorious. So in saying that, I'm saying that in a realm of non-duping, non-strategic taking of a fragrance profile, but in a realm of some way, somehow, there was a notion that those two fragrances from a very prestigious fragrance house should be in someone else's fragrance house. And that's what I'm going to leave it at that when it comes to those other two fragrances. I would suggest you and deploy that you should go and try those two fragrances for yourself. But that is all in all with the actual craftsmanship of it. Really nice blown red glass, looks like and feels like. And this is one of the nicer red bottles that you will come across. So if you're a red bottle fan, you're going to love this one. It's like, kind of like the Baccarat X-Straight bottle where it has that red and gold essence. So to me, like I said, this is one that has that weighted elegance of a bottle, but its simplicity and its rounded orbness, but it still gives its sense of premium quality without being gimmicky. And thus, with that, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for the actual continuity and performance or the presentation as well. Next, let's get into where it is to have a wearability and seasonality for this particular scent. So for this one, when it comes to wearability and seasonality, that's where you're going to hit a midpoint mark for me as well. 7 out of 15, I think, is a great way to bring this into a graduation scent profile, where it won't be very low, but it won't be very high. It's going to see at the C average when you talk about wearability and seasonality, because it's not a 4-season scent whatsoever, which is the 15, and it's not a singularity scent or wearability concept where you can wear it where it would be like a 3 out of 15. So between 7 and 8 is where this fragrance will sit, because it leans toward evenings, it leans towards cooler weather, and perhaps, just for men, women can wear this daily if they choose to, or even daytime. For a man, this is a scent that perhaps is like a night out scent, and only for refined occasions. When you're talking about night outs, like nice dinners, I'll say nice to date night, upscale dinners. Nothing very elegant for a man, but something more fun, something like a restaurant that is new in town. You go here like Town and Country, Besa. You go to some of the hotel restaurants. This is the type of fragrance that you wear there, where it's going to be something that is a 4-star restaurant, or a 3.5-star, 4-star restaurant, in a way that it is set up and it presents itself. Because you can wear this there and smell comfortable, smell chill. You can wear a leather jacket, denim and stuff like that. Nothing with a dinner jacket. You're going to smell great for that environment, especially when it's a cocktail lounge style, where they have the fireplaces and the leather couches, tough-fitted leather couches. You're going to smell very well sitting back in the cut. For this one, the vanilla honey theme reads richer than a daytime scent for a man at the end of the day. And so for me, this is not office safe scent whatsoever, especially for a man. For a woman, you could probably more likely pull this off, but for men, you cannot. It's on a warm day. You might feel a bit heavy wearing this one on a warm day, because it has that triple layer of continuity when it comes to vanilla and that benzoin. But that's about it for me. Evenings out, relaxing moments, maybe even Netflix and chill type of environment, when you're at home on the couch relaxing, snuggled up under the blanket, especially in this time of weather where the fireplace is going. You guys got the Sherpa or the sheepskin pulled up on you guys, and this is emanating under the blanket. It's going to be one that's very attractive. And so for that, the versatility is something that I have to look at. And so I give it a 7 out of 15, which is good. It's in its lane, but it's not something that is limited outside of that. But for me, for men, this is something that's the lane of 7 to 15 for this particular scent. So as we talk about here is the impression and demographic. And for me, I'm going to give the impression and demographic a score mid, a little bit higher than mid. It's going to be 3.5. What you get here, will it turn heads, is what I ask myself. And in asking myself that, it's something that, to me, I can answer this. Yes, it will turn heads for those who appreciate craftsmanship of creamy vanilla fragrances. If that is not your case, this is not something that will even attract you at all. But for this fragrance, and for fragrance enthusiasts, I should speak to the ones who want something that is daring for a man, or highly original for a man, you're going to find yourself in a contemplative place for this one. So 45, it's going to feel a little familiar. It's going to feel a little bit juxtaposition to some of the fragrances in your wheelhouse. If you're leaning toward fougères and heavy leathers and heavy smoky fragrances, it is something that you will need to test if you're broaching into the new wave of vanillas. And so the wearability of this one, it is firmly in the place of 3 out of 5, especially for me. What I will say is this: if a woman is asking me the question, will it turn heads for a man, and will it provide shock value for yourself, I would say 5 out of 5. I would say that this fragrance, smelled on a woman, is going to be the most provocative vanilla fragrance to date, especially put out this year. Many of us have come into what it is to be enthralled with that vanilla note lately, myself included. I just put out a video about 7 different vanilla fragrances. Many of them just some of the most gorgeous scent profiles in my collection. They have a bit of a resinous, a bit of spiciness to them, a bit of aromatic touch to them, and then they also have like some things that are even peppery. So pepper spices in a lot of them. For me, that is where I say that that's a 55-45 split going masculine. This one here is the opposite. But as a man wearing a fragrance like this, I can very much so tell you that this is a true vanilla that you will smell on me quite a few times this particular winter and fall. Beautifully done ode to vanilla, done by Trudon. So I'm going to give this particular scent a 3 out of 5 for men wearability and a 5 out of 5 for women wearability. And that's where this one comes into play at. So as we sum it up, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give this one a 79 out of 100 as a score for Trudon's 45. The composition, I'm going to leave it at 42, not go too far more than that. 42. I was thinking 44-ish, but 42 was a great number. Sillage and projection, very hot, very beautifully done scent for the sillage and projection. 18 is that one. Presentation, I'm going to give a 9 because I love the way these bottles look and feel in hand and the continuity about the brand. For wearability, I'm going to give it a 7. Impression, 3, around there for the demographic of who wants to wear this. And for that in total, this was going to get a 79 out of 100. And so in sum, to me, the Trudon 45 that I've purchased here is a beautifully made fragrance that is elegantly sweet. It is something that is a vanilla drawn to fragrance instead of a actual pump out fragrance. So it skews unisex feminine, but carries enough confidence for a man who has something that he knows in his style he could pull this off with. So it may not break boundaries when I speak about this one, but it delivers luxury with the sophistication that you would expect from a true luxurious fragrance house. And then when they're using the vanilla to make that mark, they've done a great job with this particular scent profile. So I suggest all who have watched this, I would say thank you, and just get your nose on this one as a sample to see how you love it and enjoy it first and foremost. Because for me, it's going to be my scent of the day, actually. It's the way I wear this. And so at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this scent collection and Connoisseur's Conversation was brought to you to bring about what it is to have this new viral vanilla that I think will be coming out with noses and heads turning. So at the end of the day, that's enough said. Scent is memory, collecting its legacy, and community is culture. We here at the Dry Down, we are the culture. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for being a part of. I hope that who's watching this, if you guys are watching this, when I have my new caption of who we are as a community, we are the culture, I hope that you guys who are subscribing and becoming a part of the clubs and memberships that I put forth here to be a part of and to actually help me with the actual communications and the setting up of this channel. I want to thank you guys for being here as always, as I always do. A lot of names are coming up now, so I'm going to put up every time someone joins that particular red plaque that says we are the culture. It's going to be one of those things that continually evolves, and you're going to see widespread names on that one. So you guys, I want to thank you, and I put that board and poster up of appreciation. I hope you guys are enjoying seeing your names in lights, and as always, I love to see you in the next experience, so I'll see you when you come into the next video. Peace.